All right, everybody, here we go. 2-Drive-N-8 Fatboy products. This one is sold, but I don't believe I have done a video on one like this before. So if you're curious how these things do, this video will give you a general idea how it does. This is a mobile amp. We're going to test it on the 150 amp supply. Now, I always say, kind of a disclaimer, back here in this in the test room that I'm in, don't have a real good 110 volt, 120 volt line coming back here. If you're going to run a supply like this, I recommend a dedicated 15 to 20 amp line. We don't have a dedicated, we're just running off a standard wall outlet. So that being said, going to be starving our supply a little bit, probably starving our 2-Drive-N-8 a little bit. But we should see good output, enough to know that the amp is going to run good. Make sure no smoke comes out, no sparks fly, anything like that. Just a pre-measure to make sure the customer is getting a good working amp. About the amp, 2-Drive-N-8 being a low drive amplifier, 2 driver transistors, which are the 454s, Drive-N-8 outputs, standard 2879s. Really good little combination here. Tough driver transistors, so you shouldn't have to worry about overloading them, and they're doing just enough to where you shouldn't have to worry about overdriving the 8 outputs. Now, this amp has a preamp on it. Fatboy generally won't even put a preamp on amps over a 4-pill, from what they told me. So may not be any more of these coming with preamps. This was kind of a unicorn deal, one of a kind time deal. Anyway, Earl, this is your amp. Hopefully you're happy with what you see out of it, man. I appreciate your patience. We'll test out the preamp first. To test the preamp, I'm just going to key up this radio in the background here if I can fight through my wire mess. Now, this is with the preamp off. About 9-ish units. The preamp is now turned on. 30 dB. Almost 30. So, anyway, that's the showing that the preamp does function. Next thing we're going to do, take my unit in. That's all we're running into this guy. 35, 40 watts peak, 10 to 11 watts average. We're going to see what we draw on the clamp meter over here. 14.5 volts. Hello, audio. Bounced up to 116 there once, but at 110 or so, something like that. Audio, about 110 amps, sometimes bouncing up a little bit higher. And once again, if we had this thing running off the proper wall outlet, you may even see that current draw come up a little bit. So if you want to run one of these in the base, or if you want to run a straight 8, I highly recommend 150 amp power supply. You can run a 100 amp supply and attach a super cap to it if you want to, but all in all, 150 amp supply is probably your cheapest bang for buck. Okay, now let's get over here. 2500 watt slug. You guys are probably hearing the fan right there. I'm right on top of it. 2500 watt slug. We're going to check average power first, so we're looking at the top scale. There's our slug. Audio, around 750, maybe a little bit less average. So doing good there. Again, proper wall outlet, proper stuff coming into it. You might even see that come up to about 800 watts average. Just a guess. Okay, now we're on peak. PEP. Hello, audio, 11111, audio, almost 1750 watts, PEP, audio, radio, 123, audio, radio, 123, audio. There you go, man. That's it. We can turn our mic gain back and show you it'll swing the same. Some people like to pull some tricks with the mic gain and stuff won't swing with the mic gain down. We'll back her down and show you that it still puts out. Hello, radio. Mic gain is down. Audio, radio, audio, radio, audio, radio. There you go. 1700 watts, 1750. I do expect it to do a little bit more with the proper service coming to it and the power supply, or if you run it in a mobile. If you got the proper amount of juice coming to it in the mobile, I would expect to see a little bit more out of it, but you know, that's pretty good in my opinion. 750 average, 1750 watts PEP. You know, you figure a straight four pill does between 800 and 900 peak, and we're getting about double that. So I think it's doing what it should. I hope it serves you well for a long time, man. Again, I appreciate your patience. Going to get this thing boxed up and ship it out. I'll let it run for a few minutes here. Make sure we're not going to have anything go crazy or any kind of issues out of it. I'm not expecting any problems, but you never know. So again, I always let them run about 10 minutes before testing them, and do about the same after I test them. Let them run a little while. So anyway, guys, there it is. Just to show you, not drawing any kind of weird current or anything. Just drawing a little bit to run the fan, so it's not drawing a little bit over an amp sitting there. So no oscillation, no issues. That's it, guys. Fatboy products, 2 driving 8. This one is sold. May try to get another one in like it or similar to it. Let me know what you guys think about it. 2 driving 8, Rooster in Tennessee. Questions, comments, complaints, let me know. Shoot me a text, 423-299-3535. See you, bye.